Imagine the sun disappeared tonight. Within hours, the world would begin to change. Cities would still stand. Roads would still exist. Your home would still be there. But something far older than electricity would suddenly matter again. Fire. For most people, fire is just another tool. You cook with it. You warm your home with it. You light candles for birthdays. You gather around campfires with friends. But have you ever wondered why staring into flames feels strangely comforting? Why does a crackling fire hold your attention longer than almost anything else? Why do people instinctively gather around it, even after millions of years? The answer begins long before civilization, long before farming, long before language was fully developed. It begins with a species that looked almost human but lived in a world ruled by predators. Around 2 million years ago, early humans rarely survived alone. The African savanna became deadly after sunset. Lions started hunting. Hyenas searched for food. Leopards climbed silently through the darkness. Our ancestors were intelligent, but they were not the strongest animals. They were not the fastest. They did not have claws. They did not have sharp teeth. Night belonged to something else. Then everything changed. At first, humans didn't create fire. They stole it. Lightning strikes ignited dry forests. Volcanoes left burning landscapes behind. Wildfires spread across grasslands. Most animals fled. Our ancestors waited. When the flames finally died, something remarkable remained. Cooked meat, dead predators, warm ground, safe spaces. At some point, humans stopped fearing every fire. Instead, they began following it. Archaeological evidence from sites like Wonderwork Cave in South Africa suggests controlled fire existed around 1 million years ago. Burned bones, ash layers, charcoal fragments. These weren't accidents. Someone had learned to keep fire alive. No one knows exactly who discovered it first. No name survives. No story was written down. But that unknown human changed history forever. Why was fire so powerful? Because it transformed nearly everything it touched. The biggest change wasn't outside the human body. It happened inside. In 1999, biological anthropologist Richard Wrangham proposed the cooking hypothesis. His idea was surprisingly simple. Cooking breaks down food before you eat it. That means your body spends less energy digesting meals. You gain more calories, more nutrients, more usable energy. Your brain is incredibly expensive. Although it represents only about 2% of your body weight, it consumes roughly 20% of your resting energy. A larger brain demands better fuel. Cooking provided exactly that. Without fire, building the modern human brain would have been far more difficult. Have you ever wondered why humans have much smaller teeth than our ancient relatives? Fire may be one answer. Cooked food is softer. Jaw muscles shrink. Teeth become smaller. Digestion becomes easier. Even the human gut became shorter compared with other great apes. Fire didn't just change dinner. It reshaped the human body. But perhaps its greatest gift appeared after sunset. Before fire, darkness forced early humans into hiding. After fire, night became useful. Predators avoided bright flames. People stayed awake longer. Families gathered together. Stories emerged. Knowledge could finally be shared after the day's hunt. Some anthropologists believe campfires extended the human day by several hours. That extra time changed everything. Children learned from elders. Hunters planned tomorrow's journey. Ideas spread. Language became richer. Culture grew stronger. Could civilization have begun around a campfire instead of inside a city? No one knows for certain. But the possibility is remarkable. Fire also protected us from invisible enemies. Cooking kills many dangerous bacteria and parasites. Water could be boiled. Food lasted longer. Disease decreased. Millions of lives were quietly saved. Smoke carried another surprising advantage. Many insects avoided it. Mosquitoes stayed away. Sleeping became safer. Even large predators often kept their distance. Fire created one of humanity's first security systems. It also changed where humans could live. Cold regions that were once impossible became survivable. People crossed mountains. They entered northern Europe. Eventually, they reached Siberia. Without controlled fire, many of these migrations might never have happened. Fire helped humans spread across nearly every continent on Earth. Yet fire has always demanded respect. It warms, but it also burns. It protects, but it destroys forests. It cooks food, but it can destroy entire cities. Few discoveries have given humanity so much while asking so much in return. Across history, nearly every civilization treated fire as something sacred. The ancient Greeks told the story of Prometheus stealing fire from the gods. In Hindu tradition, Agni became the god of fire. The Romans guarded the eternal flame of Vesta. Ancient Persia honored sacred fires that burned continuously. Why did so many cultures worship the same force? Because fire never felt ordinary. It separated humans from every other animal. Even today, no wild species has mastered fire the way humans have. Chimpanzees avoid it. Lions fear it. Elephants respect it. Only humans learn to carry it, feed it, transport it, and eventually create it whenever needed. Then came another revolution. Steam engines, factories, electricity, internal combustion engines, rocket launches. Every major leap in civilization still depended on controlling energy. In many ways, modern technology is simply humanity learning new ways to use fire. The flame changed shape. Its importance never disappeared. Think about your own life. Birthday candles. But fire has always had another face. It creates, and it destroys. Entire civilizations have risen because humans learned to control fire. Others disappeared when they couldn't. Fire became more than a tool. It became something sacred. Almost every ancient civilization gave fire a special place in its beliefs. In Hindu tradition, the sacred fire carries prayers to the heavens. For Zoroastrians, an eternal flame became a symbol of truth and purity. Across cultures, fire represented life, knowledge, purification, transformation. Even today, fire still marks our most important moments. But its greatest gift wasn't warmth. It was possibility. Without fire, there would be no metal, no glass, no engines, no electricity, no factories, no airplanes, no rockets. Nearly every major technology depends on controlled fire. Fire didn't just change history, it created history. And yet, thousands of generations later, our brains still react the same way. Scientists have found that watching flames reduces stress, it lowers blood pressure, and makes people feel safe. Maybe that's because, for hundreds of thousands of years, fire meant another night survived. Every flicker meant protection, warmth, food, family, hope. Our ancestors survived because of it. And deep inside, that memory never disappeared. It became part of who we are. So the next time you find yourself unable to look away, remember, you're not just watching fire. You are watching the story of humanity itself.